Welcome to Over 50 and Fantabulous. It is a wonderful Wednesday. The old gray hair mama you're looking at, her name is Lynn. How you doing? Shy had a kind of an interesting time getting started, but we got it all together. As you saw by the description, if you looked at the description, I got a little tiny itty bitty Dollar Tree haul, and I sensed to come in and have some conversation. Somebody needs something, so here I be. Just one moment. Just want to make sure to bring up the chat on my cellular device. Alrighty, I didn't pick up much at the tree. Don't ask me why, but I'm in a snackaholic mood. So I go, well, what do they have? What do they have for dipping chips? They happen to have the Stacks. Oh yes, indeed, the Lay's Stacks chips regular, and the French onion dip. Hold on, I'm pretending I can see these tiny letters with my 60-year-old eyes. Hold on. It is the Lakeview Farms French onion dip. Oh, yes. We're off today and tomorrow, so my hips need a little bit of filling out. So why don't we just go ahead and get it started off right. So I better put this in the fridge. I hope you're all doing okay. Hold on. Let me make sure. I got to get this. Here we go. Hold on now. Oh goodness, we have visitors. DB, Miss Lena, the king of the jungle. Lori Vance. Hi Lori Vance. How you doing, sweetheart? Wait a minute. Lori Vance, Eliza Vance. Am I reading this right? Yes, I am. Lori Vance, Eliza Vance, Fatima Enriquez. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Roxbury. Hi, Roxbury. Let me put this over here. Continuing on, I bought 4 different packages of cheese because they had 4 for a very inexpensive price. So I picked up their version of the Ritz crackers. Global brand snack time snack pack salted crackers. And at the Dollar Tree, it used to be a dozen eggs. I got just a half dozen. It's a day before payday. Y'all know how it goes. So we got our eggs. I don't know. I feel like if I don't have bread, eggs, butter, and milk, I'm kind of lost, you know? Kind of stuck with the childhood. Oh, let me step back. Let me do this. And there you go. It's a dress. Somebody said something about a blouse. It's a dress. Let's turn around for you. Do the quick turnaround. And of course, you know I got to have my Shasta. And of course, if I can get this out of the bag, it was so nice. Let go of the bag. Let go of the bag. It was so nice. Granny had to do it twice. So let's see if we can slide these in the fridge. I'm going to try my best not to be on for a long time. I'm going to try my best. Believe it or not, I was quite surprised. The Dollar Tree has turkey bacon. Yes, they do. I did not know this. This is the first time, at least at my Dollar Tree, that I've seen it. The Jenny O turkey bacon. I bought this before, but I thought that was pretty cool. And along the breakfast line, continuing with the eggs, the turkey bacon, This is regular sausage. It's the Farmer John. This is a really, really good, flavorful sausage. If you eat sausage, that is. I'm telling you. Got breakfast all set for $3. How about it? If I would have got a loaf of bread, it would have been a $4 for half a dozen eggs, some bacon, some sausage. You know what I'm saying? So you all understand that if it's the day before payday and things are a little interesting, just hit up the Dollar Tree kind of for in between. And I got some regular margarine simply because of the quantity. I wanted a lot. There are ways. Miss Fancy has been jonesing for her snacks. Yes, she has been jonesing for her snacks. So I'm about to make her day. She went a day and a half without these things. All right, Miss Fancy, hold on. If I can tilt it, let me slide stuff out of the way. Y'all know I'm just as goofy as the day is long. Hold on. There you have a cat. Here you have a treat. She can't see, but she certainly has adapted herself quite well. Do you hear that sound right there, my friends? So just the sound, the mere sound of this envelope has her going nuts. Her tail starts wiggling all over the place. She's quite excited. I'm gonna drop a few on the floor. Oh yes, indeed. I don't know what it is about this treat, my friends. My cat loses her mind. Come here. All right, here you go. Over here. Over here. You see, I gotta put it under her nose because she absolutely. But I am amazed. I am amazed at how she just adapted to her situation. She started to go blind little by little. Her eyes started to get a little bit cloudy just in one eye. It spread, and then after a certain point in time, that was it. And having the day off, I gotta add insult to injury with the chips and dip. This is at the Dollar Tree. Yes, it is the name brand, the Edwards pies. So I'm being a good girl and buying just single portions, because y'all know if there's an entire pie, I can eat an entire pie. Y'all know that about me. I told you before. Key lime. We have key lime, and this is the cookies and cream. Yes, indeed. Right at your Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, you can get your snack on if you're a snacking kind of individual. I just have a desire to snack. I'm going to behave now. I don't want to have to go running to Goodwill to get a whole new wardrobe. I'm very careful. I told y'all before that to keep my weight down, I eat a lot of veggie items, right? And so I'm getting myself back to the place where I try to behave 5 days during the week, right? And when I'm off for a day or two, I kind of eat what I want, though I don't have a huge desire for snacks, but I just happen to have a desire. I want to tell you something. This bread here, normally, this is the first time I've been eating regular bread. And this is from, I'm sorry I'm slow with my words. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say and make sense. So this is from Walmart, right? It's a garlic herb topped Italian bread. It's their fresh baked bread. And so I got it for 70 cents, right? I got it for 70 cents almost 2 months ago, maybe. And I had it in this freezer bag in my fridge, a tilapia freezer bag. I told you I recycle freezer bags because I recognize that bigger companies aren't going to be cheap when it comes to the quality of their frozen foods. They're going to want it to get to you in a top one condition. So if they want their frozen food to get to you without freezer burn or any kind of damage or leakage, they're going to invest a little bit of money in their freezer bags. If you get a resealable freezer bag, just put a piece of tape on here and then put a piece of tape across the top, a label or whatever, piece of masking tape, and label what it is. I knew what this was because this is the only thing I had in the bag. I put this bread in there a couple of months ago, and it's been sitting on the door of the freezer. I says, well, I want some bread. I'm kind of lazy right now. I'm tired. I want some bread. So I took this out and put it on the counter before I left for work. Got home, guess what? It's like it's fresh. I'm telling you, I mean, not perfectly fresh, but it's fresh. No burns or anything, no lack of flavor. So for the past couple of mornings, I've been having my grits with cheese and my little sausage and things like that, and having this as for the toast. I'm telling you, I think of ways which seem kind of crazy to save money, but these are some of the things I do. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I suspect there's a lot of everyday, ordinary Jane and John Does out there who want to save some money. So I actually have one bag that I put my flatbread in. I was going to make flatbread, but I've done that so many times. I'll do that when I get off camera. I've got one for the flatbread. With that paper, what do you call that paper? Give me a second. I'll stop talking about this in a second. The parchment paper. The parchment paper. I literally have like a file, an indexed file of paper in there. And I slide, once the bread cools down, I slide it in between the pieces of parchment. I seal it up in the freezer bag, yet another tilapia freezer bag. I put that in the fridge. If I want to freeze something big, here's the other bag, which I'm going to reuse yet again, because you can freeze the bread if you choose. I think that a lot of people are suffering. I think there's a lot of people making decisions between their gas bill and their electric bill. Yes, I do. And there's a lot of people paying their bills, and then they're going over to the Dollar Tree. And you don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed about that, my beloveds. You hear me? It is, I get paid tomorrow night after midnight. Things are a bit challenging, but this isn't a feel sorry thing. Why am I sharing this? To encourage all of you. Y'all are not alone in this. Oh, my beloveds, y'all aren't alone. Sometimes the day before payday, or if you paid a bunch of bills, you can't go to Walmart, right? You can't go to the supermarket. Can we just be real today? Can we tell the truth and shame the devil today, right? You can't even afford, some people can't even afford to go to Walmart sometime. Come on now. And it's not a sad, be embarrassed thing. That's life. And I think that's life for most of the people in the United States of America. I'm telling you now, especially people that have a lot of children and are $1. This is what makes me very angry about food stamps. You'll be a couple of dollars, making a couple of dollars too much, and they'll deny you. And you're sitting there looking at 3 and 4 kids. They're waiting for their plates to be filled and their tummies eventually to be filled. Come on now. Come on now. I need a president that can relate to me. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not a political kind. This is not a political channel. But I need a president that needs to be understanding. I need a president that is not going to, by the time I'm ready to retire, not raise that age. If I want 100% Social Security, I got to work till I'm 66 years old. I do not want to chuck potatoes and work like a dog for the next 6 years. I'm going to do it for 2 in a few days, and that's it. Now, I wanted to show you something else. Let's talk about something completely different. I got this. Remember, I had to attach this, what do you call this thing? This doohickey, right? I don't know why I can't think of what you call this thing. But anyways, I found this one at Goodwill. Well, hallelujah, for my tired 60-year-old eyes. I know this keyboard. It's a keyboard. I know this keyboard looks like a cartoon, and I know this keyboard looks kind of crazy, but to a 60-year-old grandmother, this keyboard was sent from keyboard heaven, if you will. Do you see how big these letters are? Let me get the other one. Give me a second. Sorry for walking away. Give me a second. Okay, I'm coming. I'm right here. A little dusty. Here is the one that I originally got. Remember when I spilled liquid on my keyboard of my this laptop right here? Right? So here is the comparison. I can barely see these letters without my glasses on. There you have them letters. Would you like a side by side? Oh, my friend. Let's see if we can hold this up. I don't want to mess the other one up. I can hold this up freely, but since the other one is connected, I don't want to lose y'all. But you see what I'm saying? Do you see? I got to tell you something. I know y'all think I'm goofy. I know you think I'm wacky and I'm crazy, but there are ways to do things. The Heavenly Father will put things, you're going down the road, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden he puts something in your path you can really use for like $6.99. Now this may look stupid to a lot of people, but this looks like wisdom to me, to a 60-year-old lady. Now, what I would like to do is I'd like to take you over to the table so we can talk a little bit more. I think we're going to have some of those fake Ritz crackers and some cheese right now. I'm really, really hungry, but I really don't feel like cooking right now. I feel like talking. I sense to want to converse with y'all. Okay. Yeah, this is connected to the laptop that you're looking at me through. I just want to make sure. Yes, you know, I don't have wireless this and wireless that. I can't afford to do that, nor would I want to. This is the way I see things. If something, let me say something. Might be a little better. If something is functioning and it gets me to where I need to be, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. Yes, I am. Hold on, I just want to put my work bag and all my stuff over here. The other thing that I am going to invest in, I can't do it now. I think it's about $56. I'm going to get this thing. The reason why I'm going to invest, because you know, I'm very, very careful. I want to go get my cell phone so I can see you. Thank you, Lead Me to Peace, Jeannie. Hi, Living for Jesus. Yes, I got the pictures of the kittens. Yes, I did. Hi, Test Cooks for You. Living for Jesus. Dare to be different. May M. Lead Me to Peace, Jeannie. Miss Anne Marie. Yes, Dare to be different. I think things are interesting and challenging for a lot of people. It's just we don't go running and crying about every little thing. You know, when you're an older person, when you've been on the planet and you've had thousands of paychecks go by and thousands of budgets go by and thousands of rent bills and all these other things go by, you learn a little something. You learn a little something. Timmy wanted me to come over and I had to be honest with him. I said, I can't come over. Why can't I go over to Tim's? I'm not, can I just preface this? I want you to really believe me, okay? I'm not saying these things to get you to feel sorry for me. I'm not. I'm stating these things because I think that this is a relatable topic. And I think that most of us are going through this thing, okay? And it's not a sad thing. This is everyday life for many of you. It's not just me. Many of us, young, middle age, older, especially if you're a senior citizen and you're getting Social Security, you're on a set budget. Come on now. So he wants me to come over. I've got over half a tank of gas. My job is not that far from here. It is not, right? So I can have a full gas tank. And if I go to and from work, over to Walmart, over to where I return my cans and bottles, the Dollar Tree, my little run, if you will, a whole tank of gas can last about 3 weeks, sometimes almost a month, because my car is so tiny. You see, my car is so tiny. And so I know I have over half a tank of gas, right? And I know that that can last me not only this paycheck coming up, but until the next paycheck. So I texted him. I said, hey, I need my gas, you see. And some crackers and cheese. I want a little something. But yes, I think that I really believe that a lot of us are going through it. Now, some folks have been chiming up. Y'all pardon me for turning my back on you. I'm sorry. There's some folks chiming up saying that there's that some things are going to be happening with the economy and that. And that things are supposed to get kind of tight and kind of tough. I got a little news flash for all these people that are predicting that things are going to get tight and things are going to get tough. They already are. Hello? They already are. And it saddens me, especially families that have children and small children. That bothers me. Yes, Tess cooks for you. I like that. Be good at creative finances. Oh yeah, we got a Rolodex in our head. Matter of fact, many of you girls have a Rolodex with your money and with the dates, everything that's due, and whether your paycheck, when your Social Security check is due. Do you think like me? I think a month in advance. Yes, I do. I'm paying the rent this week, and this is going to be done this week, and that's going to be done this week, and this is going to be for this, that kind of thing. I said, I'm carrying my happy hiney over to the Dollar Tree. There's been weeks where I've got my groceries at the Dollar Tree. They got a lot of nice stuff at the Dollar Tree. There's nothing wrong with it. And like I say, that's not a no, it's life. It's life. I got my cheese. And some of you may remember I bought 4 packages of cheese, and I saved a lot of money doing that. And you say, well, you're just all by yourself. Why do you want 4 packages? Put 1 in the fridge and put the other 3 in the freezer. And now I opened this package a few days ago, and it's like I got the package of cheese for sale when the sale is done. You feeling me? Come on now. Come on. Come on, walk with me. Walk with me, my friends. What I'm saying. I gotta try this dip too. But yeah, I'm adding insult to injury. I just have a desire. I want to taste what that dip tastes like. If it doesn't taste strong enough, I can always put some. If this dip from the Dollar Tree doesn't taste oniony enough, what I can do, I need to kind of lower you down. What I can do is I've got a couple of onions in the thingy down there in the crisper. I'll take a half an onion and put it through the little food processor that I have and get it really kind of mushy, and then I'll mix it in with the Dollar Tree dip. This is the other thing. Like I said, I know I'm going to sound crazy. Some can relate. Some think I'm goofy. Some think it's okay. But you can take the Dollar Tree food and tweak it and flavor it the way you like. You see, you can do that. You can say, well, these are just chicken nuggets. Get some hot sauce. Get some ranch dressing. Get some blue cheese dressing on the side. You can take their nuggets or whatever, and you can have a nice melted cheese on there. You know what I mean? Remember when I took the spaghetti, I took the pasta, then I took the sauce, and then I had the cheese, and it was kind of like a lasagna flavor to a Dollar Tree spaghetti, a Dollar Tree sauce. You just get the cheese from somewhere else. And I had a mozzarella blended cheese, and I mixed that in, you see? You don't have to suffer. Hi, wayfaring stranger. Amen. Thank you, if I can talk, wayfaring stranger. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Yep, or Lipton French onion soup mix. Yes, DB, they did have a French onion mix. Honestly, I gotta try that because the Dollar Tree did have some sour cream. So that'll be the next try. Arm in arm. Amen. Come on, lead me to peace, Jeannie. Hi, all about Bell. How you doing? Frugal, exactly. Living for Jesus. Living for Jesus has small children. She says, Living for Jesus says, I'm making a pot of ham and beans tonight for my family with cornbread. Exactly. Like I had this morning, I had grits and I put some of the cheese on it and I had that butter. And then I had some of those little sausage, El Cheapo sausage in the can, the Vienna sausage. I had corn. I know this sounds goofy. I had leftover corn from the dinner the day before. I put that in a bowl. I sliced the sausage up in the corn, and then I drained a good portion of the water out. It was just one serving. Then I put my cheese in there. I broke the cheese in pieces, and I put that in the microwave. I made the grits. I had the grits with cheese. I had the corn with the sausage and cheese in it. I had a cheesy, right? And then the bread I showed you. So that was a nice plate, a very nice meal for cheap. And then it's kind of like this. We're like this. All of us are like this. You have hills and valleys. I saw something that Tess Cooks for You just said. Hold on. You were talking about a chicken, like a roasted chicken. Okay. Tess Cooks for You says, I buy Sam's rotisserie chicken for $4.99 and get many meals. I even cook down the bones for broth. That, my dear Tess Cooks for You, is brilliance. We waste nothing, you know. And some people, you know, that are doing kind of okay may think we're kind of goofy, and nothing against them at all. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Some people are here, the $800 a week woman, right? And then you have the creator developer or something in an office, and she's a manager. Maybe she's pulling $2,000 a week, and that's okay. We're all at different levels. You do the best you can, and some of us have hills and valleys financially, right? And when you're up on a hill, then you're going to go over and you're going to go out to dinner. You're going to go ahead and buy some steak, a little extra this, a little extra that. It just depends. And we just thank the Heavenly Father for every single thing and just keep going. Now this is their dip. Looks okay. I apologize. Oh, the $53 thing, because I keep starting sentences and not finishing. Oh, the $53 or $56 thing. It's a webcam. A long time ago, decades ago, I had a webcam. Do you all remember the old school webcams? It looked like a little ball. It looked like a little ball, and you could connect it to your computer. Well, Pusa Studios, yeah, I'm going to talk about them again. I love Pusa Studios. Matter of fact, they're going to be live a little bit later. So here's the dip. Looks like normal consistency. Looks creamy. So I just kind of stir it a little bit, like at the top. Now I know this. I can tell by looking at it that it's not as good as the name brand, but we got to try. And like I say, we'll just add stuff to it to make it taste better. I do chip and dips. Chip and dips? No. Dip and chips. I don't do this a lot, but I saw it and I looked at it and I wanted it. I'm a foodie. I told y'all, I'm a foodie. And the El Cheapo way, they have their ridged chips, but I don't really like their ridged chips. I know that these are good. I know they're thin and they're break, but I don't care. Hold on a second. Let's see. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad for a a B brand, if you will. That's not bad. You can taste, it's got a good flavor, a good oniony flavor, and a nice smooth texture. And like I say, like Sister had said earlier, you could get the soup, the Lipton soup mix. That tastes good, in my opinion. Which is it? Hold on. It's from the Dollar Tree, the Lakeview Farms onion dip. If you're in onion dip, y'all know I share everything. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I thought it might be kind of, that's not bad. Test cooks for you if you're still here. I don't know if you're considering it, but it comes up in my spirit right now. It just came to me like right now. You ought to consider, you do what you will. You don't have to do this, Test Cooks for you. You are an excellent cook. You can go from everyday ordinary, not that anything you do is ordinary. What you do is extraordinary. But you make home cooked meals like your meatloaf and enchiladas and things like that. And then you make the upper echelon of foods. Yes, you do. I think, in my humble opinion, a cookbook is in order. I don't know if you have a cookbook out. I don't know if you have an e-cookbook out. You know that I like to encourage others. Yes, I do. But I'm envisioning a cookbook, right? And it's got a cover that's white, and it's got a spiral, like a blue or red spiral to it. It looks almost like a homemade cookbook, very earthy looking. And then you have your logo on it. And people open it up to like kind of paper pages, maybe can be glossed over, or paper pages with photographs. Because now that you've been on the YouTube for quite some time, you've got finished photographs of all your food, right? So I envision this cookbook with these meals in it. And then, of course, in the description and stuff like that, you linking in the cookbook your YouTube channel in there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know why. I just popped in my head. Let me see. Yeah, it just kind of come up in me. I need some ice. I need some soda. But yeah, I get a chill just thinking about it. You see, I'm just of the particular belief, I want everyone to succeed. Whether you are home taking care of your children and managing a budget, whether you are retired, or whether you're on the YouTube, working, you got an Etsy shop, you got an Amazon link and stuff like that. With all sincerity, I want each and every one of you to succeed. Yes, I do. It's very important to me now that I'm in my latter years. I know what it feels like to be a younger person because I used to be one. I want you all to succeed. I want all your tummies filled. I want your gas tanks filled. I want your cupboards, your freezers, and your refrigerators filled. Yes, I do. Very, very important to me. Oh, yes, indeed. We're gonna get all glamorous again from the Dollar Tree. I can be a commercial spokes granny for the Dollar Tree. Oh, yes, I could. And I'll tell you something else. Talking about saving money. I got this little Coleman cooler thingy. Sorry, it's kind of dirty because I use it at work. It's got some coffee stains on it. It's a Coleman, right? What do? I fill it up with 2 trays of ice. And then I tote about 3 of the Shastas with me. Now, you know it's 4 for $1 plus deposit here, right? And so I said to myself, If you buy a soda, a Pepsi bottle of soda at work, it's $1.25. The $1.25. And yes, in desperation, when you really want to drink, you're going to give in and you're going to go ahead and do that, right? But well, the price of my freezer's running anyway, and I use just regular water because I'm not going to drink it. Yes, there's all kinds of ways. And you say, well, Lynn, you're not saving that much. But like Sister said, pennies add up at the end of the month. Pennies add up at the end of 6 months. Come on now. So now I just put my soda in there. If I want to put a snack in there, I'll put it in a plastic baggie. But yes, indeed. So Shasta, the drink of champion grandmothers all over the world. Shasta, available at your local Dollar Tree. Yeah, they ought to have me on a commercial. Yeah. Just have everyday ordinary grandma, you know, and put me on a commercial. Wouldn't that be something? I think I would faint if the Dollar Tree people actually contacted me on this itty bitty little channel. I think I might faint. Oh, thank you, May M. May M, my scholar of the word. This sister, May M, my friends, I know a lot of you are as well. She is a scholar of the world. I feel just such a positive feeling right in my gut right now. So let me see. I'm glad that I came on. I wasn't going to do it. And I says, no, I got the Lord bless me with a day off after chucking potatoes. I want to tell you, I when I sleep, I sleep for about 6 hours or so. I normally get into the bed. I get off at 4 o'clock. I'm here a few minutes after 4 because work is not that far away. The drink of champions. I'm losing my train of thought. It'll come back. Completely lost the thought. And here's the Lay's unnatural chips. Preston Farm potato stuff. Preston Farm. Y'all, does this look familiar? I think this looks familiar to each and every one of y'all. Yes. I'm being naughty. Oh well. Mayhem, yesterday someone returned my change, which included a 1925 wheat penny. I'm very excited. I am very excited. I used to collect pennies. Yes, I did. So here you have your El Cheapo chip, $2 chip and dip, my friends. Oh, yes, indeed. You can get your snack on. Yes, I realize this is not healthy, but honestly, I really don't care. Miss Fab, that's terrible. Ooh. Oh, that's good. You get the plain flavor. Oh, my friends. I gotta chew carefully. I can't chew on the side. Believe it or not, I'm really terrible when it comes to my teeth. I mean, I brush my teeth and everything like that, but I know that they're gonna have to pull a lot of my teeth and I gotta get dentures for the bottom eventually. But I'm holding out as long as possible. And I told you that I had a tooth on the upper left-hand side that's going like this. It's still up there. A piece of the tooth broke. The back of the tooth is all loose. The front of the tooth is stuck up there like super glue. It ain't going nowhere. So I keep my teeth, I try to be, even though they look terrible, my teeth look really whacked and bad. I really do brush them and brush them often. Yes, I do. But I have if it ain't broke, don't fix it attitude when it comes to the teeth, because I know it's going to be pricey. I have dental insurance and I'm waiting, because you know how it goes. I got to do this, then I got to do that, and I got to do this. I'm not in any pain whatsoever. I keep going. Oh yeah, I got the Listerine. I'm doing the rinse. I rinse really well. I rinse after I eat. I'm not going to rinse right now, but I know I know that I'm playing a dangerous game, but I don't care. I'm not, Oh yeah. I told y'all what they told me in Carolina. They told me, because I was having this really bad toothache. It was hurting so bad I was crying. Isn't it amazing how something as tiny as a tooth hurting really bad can incapacitate like a 165-pound woman? One itty bitty little tooth. Honey, that thing, I was crying. I went over to this place. They're open 24/7. And they said, and they're just going to open the crackers. Yes, I'm having crackers with cheese too. Yes. See, these are the things you don't see me do. I'm publicly shaming myself by over snacking. But it's like I have a desire for different flavors and crunches, and I just do it. Not every day. So I go in. I've said this before. I go into this place and they say, well, it looks like we're gonna have to pull about 5 of your teeth. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not running around looking like a jack-o'-lantern. So I sat there and I thought about it. When I was younger, I might have let them do it for fear of embarrassment or just being scared. I said, take this thing off. I took the bib off. You know how they put that napkin with a little metal clip around your neck? I know. I says, could you put the seat back up, please? She's just looking at the assistant. I wasn't rude. I said, could you, I'm taking it off while I'm talking. Could you please put my seat back up, please? And I said, no, thank you. It's okay. That's fine. I think what I did, Tim is into natural things, natural remedies. He's got all these capsules. They're all natural. He's been doing this since he was a child. His aunt and uncle were kind of hippie-like. I think they were vegan. Please excuse me, Tim, if you're watching me. I think they're vegan, maybe not, but they were into growing their own herbs and stuff like that. So Tim learned a lot from them. I contacted him and he mailed me a bunch of herbs, like capsules. When you looked at it, it just looked like grass, different colors of grass, brown, yellow, all these different colors. And he sent them in little baggies. He sent a whole bunch of dosages. And I started to take them because it was swelled up a little bit. He said, take this once a day. You got to eat something, drink a lot of water. There were 4 or 5 capsules filled with different things, different natural herbs. I took the first 5 and then I went to bed. I think I have this lined up right in my head as to what happened. I woke up the next day, my gums that were all puffed up, they shrunk right back down to my tooth. He said, take all of it now, every day at the same time, take these things. He had not only a painkiller within those herbs, he had an infection fighter too. All these different natural things. Yep. And when I was living with my kids, it started hurting on the other side. I contacted him, and once again, I went over there and he gave me about 5 or 6 baggies with this stuff in here. Pardon me for going on about this, but you're sitting in my living room and we're having a snack and just talking. This is basically kind of what I'm doing. Coconut oil? Yeah, I'm like, this woman's trying to make me look like a grandma jack-o'-lantern or something. Or the dentist, rather. And remember when I told you this piece here, which is all fake? This is fake, right? It's porcelain, right? And I knew eventually they cemented it in and everything. I knew eventually, years later, when I was in Carolina, the thing came loose and fell out. I had a couple of sticks of gum. I was shoving gum up in the side, shoving it back up there. So before I got this put back in, I told you the story about that one dentist. I literally prayed to the Lord and looked in the phone book. I begged God to help me. And when I looked at the list of dentists, this name lit up in a rectangular shape in the phone book. It just kind of lit up. It looked brighter than all the other names. Truth, the honest to goodness truth. And I told y'all how I went there. And I had the partial with me in my hand. I had it wrapped in a napkin in my purse. I pulled it out. I said, "Can you put this back in?" "Oh, yes, we can." You see, what we'll do is, I had a piece of tooth left over here. He took a piece of metal. He shoved the metal up my gum with some cement and shoved that bad boy up there and just told me to sit still. There they are. But before that, I go over to this other dentist. I told you this before. Pardon me, forgive me for repeating myself. But to those that haven't heard the story, oh yeah, I said, can you put this partial figure away to put this back up? "Oh, no, we can't do that. No, we can't do it." However, I think it was 5,000 or whatever that was. They were trying to tell me they could make me another one. And they had here's what's sad, they had little pamphlets with payment plans. Yeah. Everyday ordinary Jane and John Does. How many people have been hoodwinked by all these different dentists? Hoodwinked into getting work they did not need to have done. You know what I mean? How many people have been hoodwinked at a car dealership by an insurance salesperson? How many of us has been? When they look at our gray hair or our wrinkles and think we're stupid because we're old. Anywho, I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't take advantage of grannies. They have me kicking your hiney up and down the street. I don't know. I just don't know how a person can be in any kind of a profession where you look a person straight in the face, you look them straight in the face and lie to them. And then you get in your Porsche and go home. How do you do that? How do you live with yourself? Knowing that you could have figured out a way to reuse what I had and then charge me for the installation, if you will. Have my insurance cover part of it and then get me a certain amount, 150 or whatever it is out of pocket. How can you do that? How can you not be empathetic to my situation? Look at me up and down. Do I look like a wealthy woman? Come on now. Come on. I don't know how you do that. But it happens every day, and I feel so bad for people if they don't have any knowledge. Come on now, ma'am. Come on now, ma'am. Yes, DB, exactly. Don't think there isn't any fire left in the furnace because there's snow on this rooftop. Don't think there isn't any fire of intelligence left within our souls, within our brain. How do you think we made it to be 60 and 70? By being a dum-dum? I don't think so. Yup, my crackers and cheese. Sometimes I put mayonnaise on it and make sandwiches. Hold on. The fake Ritz cracker from the Dollar Tree. I'm tasting it with cheese. But this is the brand, the Global Brand Snack Time. Ooh, I didn't even realize it. Right here, It says bonus pack, 20% more. I got 20% more of the fake, the fakey. But we gotta taste this without anything on it. No, this is not any competition to a Ritz. Like the commercial said, there's nothing like a Ritz. I don't forget the commercial from many, many years ago. Nothing beats a Ritz cracker. These are good. They're not awful. Sometimes you get you try a whole bunch of different type of snacks, and if they're really, really cheap, it tastes almost medicinal. It tastes really bad. This tastes pretty good. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not as good as a Ritz, but it's not bad either. Sometimes, I'm sorry, I got a 2 extra. Sometimes I will have snacks like this and I won't eat a full meal. And about 2 hours from now, I may make some grits with cheese on it or some oatmeal or something like that. I know that sounds weird. I eat kind of weird sometimes. Part of my slurping. I didn't mean to do that. This is not a mukbang. The cheese it's a Kraft brand, but I managed to get 4 packages of the Kraft cheddar and Munster. Cheddar and Munster combination. And sometimes I'll stop about the snacking in a second. Where did I see that? Sometimes honey mustard dressing, I'll make up a bunch, like about 7 or 8 of them. I'll put my little pieces of cheese on there and get everything all lined up. Oh, I got a little bit of the dip on there. Okay, well, we'll have one with the dip. But gotta be careful. I'll get them all. I'll get my little pieces of cheese, make a little sandwich, and then I cannot believe I'm revealing all my terrible eating habits on the air. We got a little. Oh, don't worry, I got another dressing. I'm gonna tell you something. They had dressings on sale, about 40 cents off, right? So it seemed ridiculous at the time, but when the money is a little bit more and something's on sale, buy 2 or 3 of whatever that is that you use all the time. Money's a little bit better. You like Frank's Red Hot sauce? It's normally $2.89 and it's $2.39. Buy 2 or 3. Then when money is low, you open up your cupboard, and it's like a supermarket up in there. I'm telling you now. Oh, we got backup. You see? You see that? When it was on sale, here's the one that's just about gone. When it was on sale, Granny and her Fanny picked up another one. Matter of fact, I've never tried their garlic parmesan. To add insult to injury, I bought that one too. I love dressings, and I love them for dipping in different things, not only with meats and fish and that, but with crackers and cheese and stuff like that. I'm just kind of odd like that in this. I just like the thought of different flavors like that. And it's a way for me to cheat calories, if you will. If I want something really yummy, but I know I can't eat a lot, I get away with having crackers and cheese and putting all these different flavors. I know that sounds weird, but I'm just telling y'all what I do. Miss Stab, you're getting all personal with your gross eating habits. Yep, but I don't think I'm alone. Au contraire, I bet you there's a lot of people. I bet you there's some people that have peanut butter and then they have it weird, like with like cheese on it or something. See, you just put it with the honey mustard dressing and the cheese and you make a sandwich. Sometimes you'll have a little bit of ham left over. I've done this. You'll have a little breakfast sausage or a little bit of ham left over, and you'll make little mini sandwiches and have about 4 or 5 on a plate, and you're sitting there watching your favorite YouTube movie or something, your favorite show, you know? Oh, yes, indeed. I promise to be quiet about snacking after this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the blue cheese in the fridge. I love Ken's dressings. It's a little pricier than most, but it's worth the extra money. And when it's on sale, I always buy 2 or 3. Yes, I do. Because now, here I am waiting for payday tomorrow night after midnight, but yet I still have another dressing in there, you see. And I still have another cheese, 2 packages, I think, of cheese in the freezer and 1 down at the bottom. You figure out a way. And I think that things would have probably been a little bit better for me. Let's have a confessional moment here. Let's have a confessional, honest moment with ourselves, okay? I didn't have to go over to the Goodwill. Remember I went to the Goodwill? And I bought the picture of Audrey Hepburn, and I bought those other things. Those were wants and not needs, right? So I don't know if I spent $29 that day or whatever it is I spent that day. And yes, things might have been a little bit better, but I made a conscious choice. Sometimes I'm like this now that I'm an old woman. I don't know how to describe this to you. I'll be willing to sacrifice a little bit to get what I want. And I know that sounds kind of stupid, but sometimes you just want something. And it's like I had this conversation with the Lord. I felt very guilty because I'm supposed to be being very careful. And so I literally was standing outside of my car before I came in here, before I left. I had to go pay for my P.O. box. So I went and I did that. I had to do that. It's not only for Over 50 and Fantabulous, but I have other items coming, other situations where I don't want people knowing my home address. I'm not talking about with YouTube, just other situations. I'm losing my train of thought again. Give me a moment. I'm having this conversation with the Lord. And I'm saying to him, is it wrong? Have you ever had matter-of-fact conversations with Elohim, with the Lord? I said, I realize things are interesting and I know exactly what I did to get myself here. I said, but is it so wrong to want something? To want to go to the Goodwill? You see what I'm saying? And you feel kind of guilty, but at the same time, you don't feel guilty. You're playing this game in your head back and forth, and you know exactly what everything is. You know exactly what everything costs. You know exactly what your bills are, but you just want something. So you're willing to have things be a little bit thin just for a little bit to have what you want. I want it to get that curl set for my hair. And for childhood reasons, and maybe selfish childhood reasons, I love one Miss Audrey Hepburn. Why do I love? I'm not worshiping her like she's a god. You know I don't do that. But I remember when I was young watching her and thinking Breakfast at Tiffany's specifically. Breakfast at Tiffany's specifically. Right? I remember watching her and wanting, as a young person, as a very young person, wanting to kind of be like her. You ever have a childhood star you remember kind of wanting to be like? I like the thought that there were a lot of other starlets that had long hair. She dared to be different and she cut off her hair, right? Pencil thin. She cut off all her hair and then she wore the earrings and stuff like that. And the lippy and stuff like that, you see? So you do what you do, you see? I got to find a spot for that. I want to do something in the bedroom where I want a mirror. Every time I really want something, I figure a way to do this thing. I like the 40s. Can we talk about something completely different? The Father will let me live to, if he allows me, the average woman, he'll let me live to be 75 or 80. There's certain little things that I enjoy. So going back to the Miss Hepburn and movies like that, Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, Lena Horne, ladies, real ladies who dressed the part and at least talked the part. Lena Horne, her face was smooth to the very end. I do not believe that a cosmetic surgeon's razor or scalpel rather. With Miss Lena Horne, I do not believe that a cosmetics scalpel touched that woman's face. I do not. But anyways, I digress. So you'd see these movies and they'd have the scenes in the bedroom and they'd be sitting at an old-fashioned looking table, like a dressing, they called it a dressing table back in the day. Some of y'all know what that is, a dressing table. And then they had the mirror, big old mirror, and then there were the little lights all the way around it. And then it looked like from the old-fashioned soda fountain days, the chair was kind of like a wire-looking chair with a scrolled feet, right? And then the table and the chairs matched. And when the lady was looking forward, putting all her stuff, her makeup on and stuff like that, she had a lit mirror. She wore a long robe that went all the way to her feet, a silky looking robe that went all the way to her feet. And she's in there just kind of primping in front of the mirror. I've seen a lot of movies like that. I was a little girl watching this. I was a little girl staying up illegally, to my mother it's illegally, staying up really late. And I would just kind of emulate and kind of relate to that and thought it was a beautiful thing. That's why I got that picture. I want to hang that in the bedroom. And Goodwill, every once in a while, they'll have the old school dressers that have the ginormous oval mirror. They had one weeks ago. I lost my mind. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. I wanted it so bad, but I just couldn't do it. I'm waiting now. And so I want to get that round mirror and that little thing, and then I want to get the chair. This is going to come together. I know I sound like I'm goofy, but there's just certain set things that you like, you know? Then I want to get the strip of lights and put that around the mirror, you see. And then I got my small flip mirror with a 7 times magnification, my little mirror. I'm going to set that on there. And I'm going to put Miss Audrey up on the wall beside me over here. You feeling me? I already have some little lights that I got from Walmart. The Christmas lights, but they're clear. And I want to do something with them around her picture. I've got this idea. I can't afford to have a decorator to come into my teeny little place. But there will be a little glam corner for one Miss Fab, and I'm just got these ideas in my head. I love the 1940s, and that's what I'm going for in my budgeted kind of way. And little by little, I've been looking at Goodwill. I've been looking at Goodwill. If I want something bad enough, and Timmy can help me, he will. I'll just say, I really want this, and he'll help me, you know? But yeah, that's just the little thoughts that roll in my head. Now what we're going to do, we got the cheese, and then we got the nerve to put the dip on the cheese like the dip is mayonnaise. You feeling me? Just little things. If I had a house, I would have an Audrey Hepburn little corner somewhere, kind of set up, or Joan Crawfordy, Lena Hornish, 430s or 40s look in a corner that I can just go and sit down. If I want to sit there by myself and just open up the Word and sit there and read. You all have a special chair and a special corner somewhere in your home. Maybe you have an outside screened in porch, one little corner that you like, that you kind of have the way you like. That's what I'm trying to do. Pardon my munching. Yes, that's the thing. Hi, Carla. Yes, Miss Carla. I can't believe you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. I've seen other ladies on YouTube do a glam room, a makeup room. So I don't know what I'm gonna. Maybe I'll just call this the fab corner or something like that. I have some ideas that I want to do for my channel. Did someone just donate? I saw a big old yellow. Strong's Adventures. Thank you so very much. Strong's Adventure, what you have done, I think YouTube gets 40%, 38%, and we get 62%, right? I'm at $96.40 right now. Do you hear me, Strong's Adventures and everybody? Right? So what this person just did, Strong's Adventures, the lovely couple that they are, what they just did is, I believe now you put me into the 100 where I'm going to get paid around the 15th of next month. Y'all know I'm very transparent. It doesn't mean that you all have to be transparent about your channels, but I get it maybe 3 times a year. $100 about 3 times a year. You know what you just did. Thank you so very much for blessing me. Strong's Adventures. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. And someone else made a PayPal donation. I don't know if they want me to say who they are. They made a $5 PayPal donation. And I said to this person, you don't know what you just did. I thanked them for blessing me. So I got the $5 on the card. There's an actual card that you get, like it looks like a credit card, like a debit card. And the donations go onto that card. And when things are interesting like they are right now, guess what you can do? You can take your PayPal card and go get something at the Dollar Tree. You feeling me? You see? Don't make me cry now. I'm not going to cry. I got to keep a stiff upper lip. Yeah, there's some folks, and I'm not asking for anything. I'm not. You know I'm not. But some folks think if they donate 99 cents, that's nothing. Au contraire, maybe that's nothing to somebody that's got 10 million subscribers. But to old grandma, that's a lot of money. Come on now. Come on now. We used to say that back in the day. Come on now. Strong's Adventures, you took me right over the top. Thank you so very, very much. You see how the Lord works in mysterious ways? Thank you. Oh, I'll stand up for you. Hold on. This dress is kind of cottony, but a little bit stretchy. And I'm wearing, if I can take it off, what I did is I'm wearing the tan ones. Remember I told you about the tan ones, right? So what do we have? For $6.99, we have some sandals. I think the dress was $5.99. Then you have, I wore these last video, you have these little earrings from Walmart, right? You have your little itty bitties from Walmart. And then Lady TCW sent me this necklace. Backing up again. So you can walk around and kind of look okay, but you don't have to spend $500 to do it. I'm trying to, oh, here we go. And so you don't have to spend $500 to do it. If you choose to want to go to a graduation or a party or an anniversary thingy, or you want to have a date night with your husband, a date night with your boyfriend or whatever. And then you get, I switched out from the black purse to this purse, right? So here you have the whole thing, and I got to take it off because I can't get the whole thing, but this kind of matches, kind of, sort of. You see what I'm saying? It kind of matches, kind of, sort of. So yeah, on my days off, I like to dress, and I like to dress up to come on the camera to be with you guys. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have my Hello Kitties on, and I got a scarf on my head or whatever. But it kind of makes me feel better. It kind of makes me feel like a whole human being. It's not a braggadocious kind of thing. It just makes me feel better. And I'm trying to do things that make me happy. I think I spent a good portion of my life Have you ever spent a good portion of your life trying to make everybody else happy? Now, willingly for your children, willingly, right? You willingly want to make your children happy. You will eat some crackers and cheese and let your children have a full breakfast. You feeling me? You will make sure that their bottoms are the box of diapers. Won't you? Before you won't buy yourself anything for 5 years because you're taking care of your children. Living for Jesus is a wonderful mother. Now she had asked, DB, come on now. Thank you so very much, honey. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you so very, very much. I'm very grateful to you. You understand what you just did? That the two of you is like $1 billion. Thank you so very much. Thank you for blessing me, DB. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. But yeah, you can put it all together, and it doesn't mean that we're running around. It doesn't mean we're running around town thinking we're better than anybody or something like that. It just makes you feel good about yourself. Now you saw me, $12.99. We did the little bleachy thing, you know. You saw the new lippy. It was $2.69, right? And the Dollar Tree powder or whatever, and all the other things I showed you the last video. I don't know what that is. It's like when I have my time off, I get myself cleaned up, and I just like to dress up a little bit. I don't spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week like this. But yeah, but we're gonna get that. I want to get that little corner. I kind of don't know what to do. Then I know what I want, but I'm gonna get that little corner together, and we're gonna Goodwill, and garage sale this thing. It's kind of like you want something. Let's talk about something else. The Father knows the desires of your heart. And what you want is already there. It's kind of like this sounds kind of crazy, but it's kind of like you already have it in the spirit, but your faith will make it a reality if it's within God's will. And you don't put whatever that is above him. He will grant it unto you. Yes, he will. I remember Living for Jesus had a question. She wanted to ask something. Are you still? What do you mean by that was my life, Real Chicks TV? Thank you so very much for the compliment, wayfaring stranger. When you said that was my life, talking about giving for your children, Real Chicks TV, Miss Carla. I don't know if Miss. I want to slide back because Living for Jesus, I don't know if she's still here. Oh, you've been on vacation, Real Chicks TV? Well, good for you. She had you wanted DB. I wanted to be a Charlie's Angel. Yes, I remember that. I was thinking about Farrah Fawcett the other day. But I want to scroll back because Living for Jesus said something. Mom's love. Y'all pardon me while I scroll. I'm sorry. I've been running my mouth. Okay, this was at about 5:30 she said that. 7:30 your time. She said, Living for Jesus said, hey, Lynn, can I get some advice about my oldest daughter? Of course you can. Well, what's the advice? Okay, real quick. Real Chicks TV, Miss Carla. I keep saying Real Chicks TV, but I like to do that to remind people of your channel name. Miss Carla. Miss Carla of Real Chicks TV says, I don't have children. I live for everyone else. Parents, boyfriends, bosses, even people I barely knew. All of them to make them happy while sacrificing my own well-being. Exactly. A person, I'm not saying this part is you, but a person will actually not like a situation, not like a certain food, not like a whatever that is, and will give of themselves, their time, their money, they're driving someone somewhere to appointments, taking them here and there, whatever that is that they're doing or participating in to make the other people happy. I hated the thought of people not liking me. Rejection, or the thought that someone wouldn't like me. Now I don't worry about that. Not at all. It's like this. If a person does not looked at you and made up their mind that they didn't like you, you can jump through a flaming on fire hoop and they still won't like you. Just go on about your business and like yourself and keep going. There's some people that you cannot please. They like the idea of keeping you a little bit off kilter and a little bit off center. It's called controlling. I can try to make them, I can put the carrot in front of their nose a little bit where I will let them think that I may change my mind, but there's 3 flaming hoops of fire that you must jump through in order to gain my friendship. Give me a hose so I can douse the flames. Let me take those hoops and stomp on them a little bit and walk around them and keep going. I no longer will jump through hoops, neither should any of you. If you have to do a bunch of things in exchange for friendship, that's not a real friend, my beloved. That's not a real friend, honey. Living for Jesus, what is your question? There's a lot of wonderful, kind ladies in here, and you had wanted some advice about your older child. And if I don't have the proper advice, by golly, how many people are here? We have 23 people here, or 22 plus you living for Jesus makes 23. Yelled at you. Oh. Let me tell you something. May I impersonate my mother for a moment? Will you permit me to impersonate my mother? By the way, I want to do a video. That is Tim texting me, whatever. If I were to eat, I think my mother could read my mind. If I twinged the wrong facial expression at her, if I raised an eyebrow like I thought I was grown, she would beat my hiney. Now, you're raising your children the way you want to, right? You're raising your children in a godly fashion. But you don't spare, I'm just giving an opinion. Everybody else can chime in. But the way I saw it, I'll give you the example. I'm going to make some of you roll your eyes because I said this a couple of times already. My son was a preteen and he started talking smack in my face. And he's talking and he's looking at me. He's challenging my authority, if you will, if I have any kind of authority. I guess authority is a parent. And so I'm standing there. He come up to about here. He was about this tall to me. So I'm looking at him. He's actually looking up, and he's a few inches from my face. This is my son. He's a few inches from my face. While he's talking, see, this is what I do a lot. Perhaps some of you do this too. Have you ever run ahead of a person in your mind? I'll say it again. Have you ever run ahead of a person in your mind? They're flip-flapping. They're sounding like the Charlie Brown cartoon, the adult, wah, 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 wah. So if someone is in front of me and they're yelling at me, I'm looking at, the first thing I do is I'm looking at your hands, because you can't yell at me and give me a black eye. You can't yell at me and choke me. right? But you can yell all you want, so I'm going to let you yell. And I just kind of sit back just a little bit, and I'm looking at your hands. Because you can just do like this. Sorry if I scared you. You can just do like this. And I'm watching where you're putting your hands if you got a loose fitting thing on. So he's in my face, and he's talking all kinds of crap in my face, and I had a millisecond to make a decision. I said, all these thoughts are rolling in my head. I wanted to punch him, but anyways. I said, I can either grab you now, I could yell at you and tell you to get out of my face and send you to your room, or I can grab you right quick and say something to you right quick. I said, without all the trial, he's just, I thought he's all grown. I chose to grab. So I grabbed him like this. I grabbed him like this, and I put him up to my face. Not proud of what I said, but I'll tell you what I said. I said, if you ever talk to me like that again, I'll kill you. I threw him back. He never did it again. Now, that may sound kind of unpolitically incorrect. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have said I will kill you. I should have said I will beat your ass. You know what? Because I realized that one day that there would be a man standing in front of me. There would be a grown man. I didn't know how big he was going to get. My son's kind of jacked. My son is very physically strong. Matter of fact, he took on in the military, you know how people are all macho acting. My son actually took on a man that was getting all in his face. The guy was almost 7 feet tall. My son is about 5'9". So the guy goes to attack my son, and my son is not afraid of anything. This is one thing I can say about him that I appreciate a lot about my son. I don't hate my son. That he's not afraid of anybody. He doesn't care how big you are. He does not. He's not afraid of anybody. So what happens when the guy went? Okay, my phone is ringing. Can you all still hear and see me? Oh, yes, you can. It's still moving. So anyways, I'll say this real quick and then I'll shut up. Oh. No way. No way that's my son. Okay. There's no way that's my son. I don't believe that. No, what I'm saying is living for Jesus. I see that. Hold on. Okay, I'll tell you this. There's only... What kind of pudding does Brendan like? What kind of pudding does Brendan... No. What kind of pudding does Brendan like? And where did we go to eat the chocolate pudding? Where did we go? What's going on, son? That is my son. Well, anyways, so my son was in this wrestling match, and I don't know if the guy charged him, whatever, but my son says that he took and he got the guy around the neck and he got him to the floor. You see, like I say, Not intimidated or afraid of anybody. That's one good thing. Yes. Only if it's, yes, I still have the same phone number. But I can't talk right now. I'm looking at the chat. Uh-oh, I'm scared. You're not going to say anything bad, are you? Don't say anything bad. Don't say anything bad. Can y'all believe this really is my son? I see. I told y'all when I was praying for Jessica, I've been thinking a lot about my son lately. Y'all remember me telling you I was thinking a lot about him? Oh, Jesus. Oh. Y'all excuse me? That's the first time I've seen the name of my grandson, my new grandson. Is he all right? Is he all right? Noah Charles. That's a beautiful name. That's a beautiful name. Well, there've been a lot of people praying for you, son. Do you hear me? I will. I will, everybody. I will. I'm glad that you all got to be here. Thank you, Lord. I love y'all so very much. And I'm glad that you all got to be here. When my son, you see? Love y'all, okay? You take good care of yourselves, all right? Love you. Thank you so much for your prayers. Love you.